Yo, what's up, Sonic Speeders? It is Sonic Fan 1750 here, and I'm getting ready to talk about Team Sonic Racing. This game has come a long way from the South by Southwest panel that Sega did, where they revealed then, where they teased this game underneath the title Top Secret. Very intriguing. All we knew was it had something to do with cars. And that the R looked like the R from Sonic, from the Sega Saturn PC game Sonic R. Alright, anyway, let's talk. So here I'm going to talk about things we know about the game. And then I'm going to give you some predictions and ideas. Possible DLC, talk about things that I scrapped, and then I'm going to talk about the tracks. Let's start with what we know. So, after Top Secret, what happened was Walmart leaked this game and labeled it Team Sonic Racing, which was confirmed by Sega the same day. Like, they probably heard about the leak and they're like, oh, well, might as well confirm it now. Cat's out of the bag. So they did that. And it had a very interesting intro to something very interesting. A guitar riff that was building into something. So speculations about the trailer came out, but nobody really talked about the music. Well, one channel did, and said it was highly possible that Crush 40 was returning and made the theme song for the game. Fast forward to the release of the E3 trailer, and it's Crush 40! They're back! Yay! So yeah, everybody was happy about that. So also we know that there are going to be 15 characters in this game. And I think there were confirmed to be like 20 tracks or somewhere around that number. Not sure about that number. But so if someone could confirm about the number of tracks in the game, you could actually put it down in the comments below. That would help me out. Anyway, so here I'm going to talk. So here are my predictions and ideas. These are predictions and ideas. So if I pick a character that you want to see in the game, just know that it was purely coincidental, and these are solely my ideas. Just know it was purely coincidental, and they were my ideas. That's all I want you to know. Okay, so let's start with Team Rose. So I'm going to bring back two of the originals, and then add a new character. Because nobody wants Big the Cat. Nobody. So anyway, from Team Rose, you have Amy, Cream, and I don't have a power type. The problem is, the original Team Rose I had consisted of Amy, Cream, and Maureen the Raccoon. And unless you've heard of Sonic Rush Adventures, there's no way you know who Maureen the Raccoon is. Nor is she a power type character. Yeah, great. I'm already off to a good start, but I'm going to stick to my guns and say maybe Maureen could be powered, but I doubt it. I really doubt that. So a power character for Team Rose is in line and needed. So then you got from Team Rose, we go to Team Dimension, where you have Blaze, Silver, and wait for it, Sticks the Badger from Sonic Boom. However, much like Maureen, she's not a power type. Great. I'm 0 for 2 in that department. Like, fantastic. Just fantastic. Here we are with two teams that don't have a power type. Wonderful. Brilliant. Yep. Mm-hmm. I really like how that worked out for me. And then Team Chaotix, you have Espio for speed, Charmy the technique character, and Vector's the power type. So, technically, I've just kept Team Chaotix from Sonic Heroes. And then you have Dr. Eggman and Metal Sonic as playable. But they're not in the Team of 3. So I guess they should be DLC. Speaking of DLC, possible DLC maybe? So here I had to put 3 teams together. And decided that these teams would be best suited. However, there are some slight problems that will keep them out of the game. So let's start with Team Fighters. From Team Fighters, you have Honey the Cat, the speed type, Ray the Flying Squirrel, the technique type, and Mighty the Armadillo as the power type. Now, Mighty can flip back and forth between speed and power, but for the sake of this team, I had to make him power. Here's the problem, though. Mighty and Ray are going to be staying in the classic Sonic timeline. Yeah, great. We're off to a great start already with the DLC. And unless you've heard of Sonic the Fighters and done research on it, or you've actually played Sonic the Fighters, one of the I think there was a certain port of it where I think it was like maybe the Xbox Arcade and PlayStation. No, I don't know. It was some sort of arcade. It was something of the sorts. Anyway, Honey the Cat was supposed to be in Sonic the Fighters, but then she got canned, and then they brought her back in a future port. So unless you've played Sonic the Fighters or you've done your research on Sonic the Fighters, you are pretty much left in the dark about who Honey the Cat is. And the same can be said for Team Bounty, which all three characters came from Sonic the Fighters. Team Bounty consists of Bean the Dynamite, Fang the Sniper, aka Knack the Weasel, and Bark the Polar Bear. Bean being the speed character, Fang being the technique character, and Bark being the power type. But much like Honey, if you don't know Sonic the Fighters, if you never heard of Sonic the Fighters, done your research or played the game, you're pretty much left in the dark about these characters. And then you got Team Babylon, which is Jet, Wave, and Storm. Pretty much think the Sonic Riders team. But notice how I said Sonic Riders. They wouldn't fit in a kart racing game. And let me explain why. Could you imagine having DLC, and then you find out Team Babylon's in the game, and then you go to purchase them, and then you find out that their so-called carts are actually their airboards? Yeah. I don't think people would be happy about that. Besides, it would just feel weird having airboards in a kart racing game. I mean, I guess you could give them cars, but then it'd feel out of place because Team Babylon is known for airborne racing, not kart racing. But they are known to be in racing games, which is why I have them as possible DLC. Now, I did have one scrapped idea, and it was console exclusives. Let me tell you why they got scrapped. First off, each console would have to have a team of 3 characters. So for Nintendo, I was able to come up with 2 out of 3. And I couldn't come up with anything for Xbox, and the only real console that I could really come up with 3 characters for was the PlayStation 4. Fantastic. So for Team Nintendo, you had the Inklings from Splatoon, you had Kirby, and I couldn't find a power type because I had Kirby as the speed type. The Inklings were going to be technique. Xbox, I don't know any of the IPs Xbox owns. Therefore, I couldn't justify having an Xbox. So if you could come up with an Xbox exclusive team, put those ideas in the comments down below as well. And then for Team Sony, you had Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet, and Jack. Here's the problem with that one, though. Yes, you have all 3. Yes, you have full characters. Yes, you have a speed type in Crash. You have Ratchet as the technique character, and you have Jack as the power type. Ratchet and Jack are the problem, because you have to find a way to incorporate their sidekicks. Clank, who works with Ratchet, and Daxter, who works with Jack. I've done my research on this. Yeah. But you're looking at it, if you look at it that way, oh, yeah, fun. You just kind of get the idea that it's not going to work. And that's why I kind of canned the idea of console exclusives, mainly because of the Xbox characters, but then I couldn't come up with a power type for Nintendo, and what I just talked about with Sony. So if you like the idea of console exclusive teams, put that in the comments down below. Let me know if you like that idea. Anyway, main tracks. Okay, so I had to divide these up into 5 eras. So you have the classic era, the Dreamcast era, the handheld era, the Riders era, and the modern era. So that's for a whopping total of 25 tracks. I counted. So for the classic era, as of the main tracks, you got Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant, Stardust Speedway, Ice Cap, and Studiopolis. So Stardust Speedway for obvious reasons, Chemical Plant and Green Hill Zone because we really don't have them in racing games at all. Like, we've seen Seaside Hill, but we never see Green Hill and Chemical Plant. Honestly, I don't think we might see Green Hill and Chemical Plant, but I hope they make it into the game to represent the classic, to represent Sonic 1 and 2, respectively. Stardust Speedway to represent Sonic CD, like I said. And then you got Ice Cap from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because we gotta have some ice levels. And Studiopolis, because Sonic Mania needs a representative. And also, I'd love to see a raceway made. I'd love to see Studiopolis made into a raceway. So, for the Dreamcast era, you got Resort Island, Speed Highway, Twinkle Park, Metal Harbor, and City Escape. City Escape for obvious reasons, because you can turn a city into a raceway. Metal Harbor, because I would actually like to see how that would be an awesome raceway. It would be very interesting to see how they turn that into a raceway, actually. Speed Highway, again, for obvious reasons, much like because it's got speed and you're racing down a highway. Maybe have some maybe have traffic hazards. That'd be pretty cool. Resort Island, because, well, what are you gonna do? We do need some tropical levels, and Resort Island's the perfect way to do it. And Twinkle Park, because, well, it's Twinkle Park. What do you expect me to do? Okay, from the handheld era, we have X Zone, Music Plant, Route 99, Leaf Storm, Blizzard Peaks, Coliseum Highway, and Blue Coast. Much like Ice Cap from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, we need ice levels. Blizzard Peaks could be a great ice level to represent the handheld era of Sonic gaming. Coliseum Highway, for obvious reasons, you could turn that into, you could have like this, you could make it like an oval, like a basic oval, or like you could make it some crazy insane raceway. You could go, the possibilities with Coliseum Highway are endless. You could go with a stunt track, you could go with a standardized kart track, you could go with a standard oval. So that'd be very interesting to see what they do with Coliseum Highway. Same with Route 99. You could, much like Speed Highway, you could have the traffic hazards on, and you could make it you could make a raceway out of that. I'm not sure how Music Plant would work, but it would be very interesting to see that turned into a raceway. Anyway, moving on. From the Riders era, we have 3 raceways. You got Metal City, Crimson Crater, and Dolphin Resort. I would be interested to see Crimson Crater turned into a kart track over being a Riders track. You know, that's kind of one of the drawbacks with the Riders era, because with Crimson Crater to be exact, because you gotta like figure out how you're gonna turn it from a racetrack where you were doing airboard racing, and then you gotta convert it into a kart racing track. I don't think that Sumo Digital could pull that off, but you know, Sumo Digital, they made the last 2 Sonic racing games with Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing and Sonic and All Stars Transformed. So that's something I thought I'd bring up. So they could do it. Don't get me wrong. They might be able to pull it off, but I don't think they will be able to. And then you got the modern era, which has Bingo Highway, Wave Ocean. Wait, what game did Wave Ocean come from? Have I played? I don't know. I have it on there for some reason. Rooftop Run. Fun fact, I actually had Rooftop Run as DLC, but when it was shown off in the E3 trailer, I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a Rooftop Run level. Okay. So I had to pretty much scrap the idea of that being DLC and put the track that I originally had as the main track in the DLC department. Then you got Planet Wisp, which is Wisp Circuit, and we already know that's in the game. And then Park Avenue. So yeah, we really only know about 2 tracks. A Spagonia themed level, which I'm speculating to be Rooftop Run, and with a ramp where you go through the Spagonia skyline, and then you go down, and then you see a ramp, then you jump up, and then you land on a roof, and then you land on a straight line of roofs, and then you just go woo! We're driving across the rooftops. Which means the houses in Sonic's universe have to be very, very tough to take that kind of a beating. So yeah. And then DLC tracks. I had to count up the DLC tracks, but I counted up a whopping 33, which takes the total of tracks to 58. Add that to the small with the roster of characters. It kind of feels out of place that I have more tracks than characters, but whatever, let's go with it. Alright. So for the DLC tracks, you got, from the classic era, Starlight, Mystic Cave, Quartz Quadrant, Flying Battery, Press Garden, and Mirage Saloon. And okay, yeah, sure. Oh, and then you got Radiant Emerald from Sonic R, because I thought that needed to be a DLC track. From the Dreamcast era, you have Windy Valley and Radical Highway. Then from the Riders era, you got Sega Carnival, 90s Boulevard, and Metropolis Speedway. Then from the handheld era, you got Cosmic Angel, Altitude Limit, Ice Paradise, Coral Cave, Cybertrack, and Power Plant. Then, oh wait, there's more. Aquatic Base, Crystal Mountain, Neon Palace, and then the modern, oh wait, no. Wait, what? Huh? Hold on. Okay, apparently I jumbled up all my tracks. Oops. Anyway, let's just move on. So anyway, Neon Palace, then you got Jungle Joyride, Skyscraper Scramble, Asteroid Coaster, Spaceport, Ocean View, Roulette Road, Turbine Loop, Pinball Highway, Thunderdeck, Race of Ages, and Outrun Bay. Now, the last tracks, Ocean View, Roulette Road, Turbine Loop, Pinball Highway, Thunderdeck, Race of Ages, and Outrun Bay, were in the previous Sonic and All-Stars racing games. Fun fact, Pinball Highway came from Roulette Road, Turbine Loop, and Pinball Highway, and Thunderdeck all came from the original Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Race of Ages comes from Transformed, although I will admit that Roulette Road was in the mobile version of All-Stars Racing Transformed. I actually was able to play that one. And then you had Race of Ages, which is in every port, including the mobile. And then Outrun Bay is just a nice little throwback to the first to Outrun, which was a Sega racing game. Yeah, it's funny how time flies. Okay, so with a whopping 53 tracks and a total character count of 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. And with a total count of 15 characters, plus all the possible DLC, and if we can come up with console exclusives, they could be thrown into you could throw them into the roster as well, really bringing up the total to beyond 15. So just letting you all know that. It's very, very insane that I can come up with that. These are just my ideas. So if we agree on some of the same things, then it's purely coincidental, and we just seem to have the same. That we just mutually agree on that these need to be raceways. So let me know your comments down below. Are you excited for Team Sonic Racing? I know I am. Really looking forward to it. Also, this is the main reason I want a PlayStation 4 and a Nintendo Switch. Oh, that and Smash Ultimate, but I'll talk about Smash Ultimate some other time, because that's a video in and of itself. Anyways, just leave your comments down below in with what racers you want to see in the game, what tracks you want to see in the game. I've already voiced my opinions. I made this video go on way longer than I should have. So that's gonna do it for this video. Follow me on social media, Twitter and Tumblr at SonicFan1750. Get a sense of what I'm saying. Hear my voice. Hear my opinions. Hear my opinions. Have a nice, good conversation going with me in the threads, so on and so forth. But yeah, just throw that out there. So that'll do it for this video. And until we meet again some other time, I'm SonicFan1750. I'm out of here. I'm gonna blast down the highway at the speed of sound. Peace.